there, my lovelies. Welcome to another episode of Sitting Down with Soul Writer. It's me, Jenna O'Malley, your soul writer, author of sci-fi fantasy with dashes of romance and nerdy references. Yes, I'm in the middle of changing my nail color again. Wanted to share some of the things I do in order to prepare for Preptober / NaNoWriMo. So Preptober is literally, yesterday, technically. So I have done a couple of things already. My husband and I have done a major clean of the house the last month or so. We're talking, I'm throwing out bags of trash as often as I can to the max of what the trash men allow. I'm literally cleaning out my old storage, purple, whatever it was meant to be, office dump room. I'm not even sure what to call it now. Yeah, I'm gonna show some videos of that, or at least some pictures of that, maybe on occasion. Oh fine, I'll just show the pictures now. Needless to say, I'm quite embarrassed about some of these pictures, but during the process of cleaning, Cody and I did find that I have way more teaching supplies left over from my previous physical classroom that I had a few years ago than we thought. I did find some old copies of book 1 and 2 that are meant to be for a giveaway to a signing. They were never picked up from said giveaway, so I went ahead and posted these up on Facebook. Genevieve Scholl, a fellow author, decided she would love to have them, so thank you, Genevieve. They should be on their way to you. I did eventually get some satisfying levels of cleaning done, but sadly, I didn't get much help from my supposed classroom assistants like Loki, Moo, and the others. But what are some other things I do other than just cleaning my space? Well, as you can tell, I have more cleaning to do in the back there. But way in the far corner, I finally have like a meditation, calming corner to kind of balance out all the chaos in the room, because what many of you don't see is on the other side of my computer is my dresser and my husband's dresser. And then at the end of the room, what my Kanban board hangs off of is actually our clothes closet. And the bookcases that are around the room are actually like our personal bookcase stuff. So I've been kind of camping out here and teaching and doing YouTube from here for 2 years. Yes, sure did, Moo Moo, and she doesn't like it because it means a lot of changes with all the cleaning. But at the same time, I think it might actually help my mental health. I do like to do my nails on occasion. I'm a nail biter, so I tend to not bite my nails when they're kept nice, is what I found. So with the holiday season coming up, I'm trying to get rid of like my snaggy, dry, ripped cuticles. Excuse you. Is this a trend now, every video? Are you going to want to speak to your people every video now? She literally has treats right there. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Bratty teenagers, what can you say, right? But the reason why I like to do my nails is to prevent me from biting them. Like, I will bite them until they bleed because of my anxiety. So for me, if I want to keep them looking nice without all the scars that really make people go, ew, for not just you guys, but for my students who are more likely to say ew because they're middle schoolers and high schoolers, I really need to make sure that, I'm keeping them looking halfway decent, because I have gotten commented on my hands looking gross in the past. I also have been doing things like getting ready to adjust my sleep time because the days are getting shorter. They thankfully are getting shorter. I really, really struggle when summer is at its peak because I feel like my insomnia just has another excuse to pop off all the harder than it already does. Pardon me while I give her more treats. So for me, something as simple as a little bit of this kind of routine self-care does stop me from being completely frazzled. I normally will do it in between doing something that requires me to sit there and chill for a minute, so I do clear my mind. Is it a business requirement? Not for you guys, but I've had enough students complain that it's worth at least doing the hygienic end. In other words, do everything with the manicure up to the color. I don't always necessarily paint it. So at least from that aspect, I'm trying to get better at tiny little self-care things like that. You notice my hair is a frizzy mess again, which means I have to get back to doing the routine care for it that I've been neglecting all summer, while also going out in the sun a lot. So this is quite multiply colored sun damaged hair at this point. So if I plan on donating it when book 5 comes out as part of the rebrand relaunch next year, I need to start taking care of it for me and somebody else. So yeah, I do plan on like filming that and everything. As far as part of the donation goes, it's at the 14-inch minimum I need to give. I can't believe I'm saying I'm donating 14 inches of hair, but I'm actually hoping to get upwards of 16 to 18. We'll see in the end. We'll see what the next year brings and if the tensile strength of my hair can handle it. So what are other things I'll be doing, hopefully by the end of this weekend? Well, I've been waiting on a new backdrop to come back in stock. The one I wanted keeps going out of stock, so we might not need that though if I change room. What are other things I'm doing? Well, I'm definitely trying to get back onto the keto bandwagon, and Cody has been a huge help in doing that. I told him that a couple of nights a week we're just going to have keto night, keto dinner. I'm trying to get myself back into food prepping a lot because we have been very bad this past month in not necessarily food prepping the way I was even 6 months to a year ago. So there's a lot of reinstilling of positive habits at this time. Of course, I've been hung up on which project to work on. So here's the lowdown. Vitae Elangica, Book 1, The Crusaders of Luxander Shoals, which I pitched to America's Next Great Author, and hopefully we'll know something by the time this video comes out, that was my NaNoWriMo 2021 project. I had written about, there's like 35 to 40,000 words sitting in that document, so it's about halfway done, give or take, word count wise. It's somewhere in the middle of Act 2. Progress-wise, so it's about adding up, maybe a little wordy, maybe not, but that was originally a NaNoWriMo project I was going to do only during NaNoWriMo as a fun thing around the holidays, and then I lost our angel last year, and my mental health, still in recovery from that, and finally coming through that cycle, thank goodness, and the divine for progress. You know, in a perfect world, if I get to retry last year as a reset button in gamer terms, regardless of being pregnant or not, because I'm not, unfortunately. And I just need to take care of myself very much better, like making sure I'm not trying to kill myself writing too many words. The other option to do, instead of finishing that project that I pitched, which I could have that done during Preptober because it's halfway done, the other option of which book I should write on is Regolith's Relics Book 1, The Children of Moondust. That's my anime space opera meets paranormal romance that I've been telling everybody about. That, you know, the story that'll probably be the one that gives me the sci-fi true and hard to my new tagline. Vitae Elangica gives it to me a little. I feel like Regolith's Relics will definitely confirm it. So that way I can fully have one foot in each pond like I would like. And that series picks up with a coven of vampires living far in the future. You know, it's kind of, I've been saying, if you're fans of Cowboy Bebop, if you're fans of Outlaw Star, or if you're fans of all the Gundams and all those type of mech things, you probably will dig this, even though it has paranormal romance as the co-pairing to it, right? So I have been asking around, and most people really want me to write Varian and Amber's story. So we'll see. That one probably, time-wise, could win out. What are other things I'm doing other than solidifying for sure which outline I'm going to fully write towards and try to get all the words I can on for November? Well, for me, October is full of a lot of family time in great ways. My husband and I tend to go to a lot of fall festivals down and around the area that we live in. There's a lot of beautiful ones because I live in the Appalachian Valley of Maryland, and I'm surrounded by, you know, the PA version of the same thing and the West Virginia version of the same thing, and the Blue Ridge Mountain with the Shenandoah Valley is literally an hour or so from my house. You know, there's tons of gorgeous places to go and things to see, and so we tend to take more family outing, just day trips on Sundays for a couple hours in the area. However, the weekend of October 15th being, I believe, writing retreat weekend for the heart breathings, I'm going to hole up in the house. I go finish book 4 because that might be the only way I get to finish book 4 at this point, is to literally lock myself in a bedroom somewhere with just a food supply and a bathroom next door. Leave me alone. Let me do this. So that might be the only way Vovary and Maria for the rebrand of the Myrna Annals will get done. We're hoping. So what are other things I could do? Well, I definitely am getting out all my warm and cozies because where I live in the valley, it is already 40-some degrees at night and I'm shivering, so all the fuzzy blankets are coming out. I actually am looking at getting a new pair of slippers here soon. You know, I need that stuff because I work at home, and this is a very, very old house we live in. This house was originally built in the late 1800s. And it's very, very old and drafty. So we definitely tend to struggle a little bit with the cozy factor in my regard. My husband's a furnace. He roasts. He's fine. You would never know that his wife is an ice cube next to him, just saying. But I normally freeze starting this time of year well until almost March or April. So I'm just really trying to find ways to give my creature comforts the setup they need for the winter. Family-wise, we've already cleared out the cabinets and the freezers and done, you know, the purge of stuff that's been in the back that we'll never see. We unfortunately realized that field mice have already paid a visit, so we had to take care of that kind of house setup stuff, and just genuinely trying to get everything we can do to set up for the winter time in place for what we're used to in this area. It does mean, unfortunately, another winter in this house, and I'm praying to the divine that we are able to manifest our way and work our way out of here, because I know you need both hand in hand, right? So we are doing our best. It's not a bad situation. Cody and I definitely know how to get through it. So I hope to have some more videos out during the month of October. I really do need to play some catch up in that regards, because I've been promising a new intro video for the channel, some new channel banner art, and of course an intro to each of the cats individually along the way. But with some of them being sick, they were not up for that, to be fair. But let's go ahead and wind down, everybody. The biggest thing about getting ready for Preptober, and the best advice I can give you, is this. You know your limitations. You know what your goals are. You know what the likelihood is that you are able to reach them. Don't let somebody call you lazy. Don't compare yourself to others. And don't let somebody call you overachieving and overarching. You need to listen to yourself. If you're doing NaNoWriMo and Preptober as a challenge to prove that you can do this, turn off access to all negative voices in your own head and in the voices feeding input into your head. It's a tough time, but there's a lot of fun to be had. Okay? I don't mean to sound toxic or productive when I say that. You need to know who you are, what your goals are, what your path and what your process are above all, and don't get down on yourself. You've got this, because above all, take care of yourself. I know you're worth it. Bye.